Hello everyone, today is Wednesday, March 6th. It's 3:11 p.m., almost 3:12. It's about 50 minutes before the regular session close. You can see my computer clock on my right. All our videos are recorded in real time with real-time live data. On my left is the time and sales. The Emini S&P currently trading at 2772.50. Just want to point out, this is a real data feed from my live trading account. This is not simulated data. This is actual market data. Another really great day for the Autotrader today. First up is the DAX with the $2,000 goal on the Super Anko 14 tick. This is a limit order with a 4 tick pullback, and this had excellent positive slippage today. Here is the entirety of the trades here. We only drew down less than $400 or $200 per contract or less, and the Autotrader made the first equity high was $1,000. I like to point out the first equity high because if you had really modest goals, you could hit your goals really early on without additional trading. Scenario here was able to absorb 3 losing trades in a row, even though it gave back everything. It only drew down less than $200, but then came back with these 2 back-to-back winners and hit its goal with positive slippage. Okay, wanted to talk about our weekly and daily open range breakout indicator. It's also a filter in the Autotrader, but it plots as an indicator, and I just wanted to show some examples of how the indicator, to keep things simple, is you don't need a whole lot more than a few indicators like this. You can see how the daily range here, it provided resistance here. This was yesterday. You can see the daily range on the ES, I have it set at 4 ticks, and you can see yesterday how it provided resistance, and then here today's daily open was equal to yesterday's point of control and came down from there. If I go a little bit back further on the chart, we'll see more examples of these levels providing support and resistance. On this day, this is Friday, so this is the week ending March 1st, beginning on February 25th, I believe. You can see that this whole week here is the open way back here, and so here's 5 days, and then the market was below the weekly open for the whole week, and then finally Friday it gapped up, but this weekly opening range provided resistance here, and support was the daily range on the previous day, on this day, and then you can see on this day the daily opening range was support on this day, and then on this day it was also a level of resistance, both here early on in the open, and then at the end of the day it just popped a little bit above this level in confluence with the low of the value area from this day. So these 2 indicators alone really great for support and resistance levels. Now going back into the week prior to February 25th, you can see here's the weekly open, and you can see the support here on this day and the daily open from that day. And so this weekly support at this 76 level, this is from 2 weeks ago. You can see this kind of carries forward actually to today. The 76 level is today's point of control. This is the developing value area and point of control, and you can see this providing an area kind of resistance. Even as this market is dropping, there's some level of resistance here and support kind of coinciding with near yesterday's low. So this is a really valid indicator. I've decided to offer it to, it'll be in the new indicator package for NT7, and any of my clients that are using the Autotrader, if you want this version, shoot me an email. I'm also going to offer 30% off on the NT7 indicator package. If anyone's interested, you can take 30% off. Just mention it to me in an email and I'll send you a coupon. Okay, the Emini S&P on a Super Anko 4-tick is proving to be some of our most consistent charts of all time, and this one is no exception. This is the Emini S&P on a Super Anko 4 with a 60-minute higher time frame, and it's just a limit order with 1-tick pullback, and it has a goal of 1,050, and so it definitely hit its goal and had a tick of slippage. And here's all the trades here. It was able to absorb 2 small losers here. The drawdown was only about $300 or $150 per contract here, and then it did not have a losing trade after that. There was, looks like 3 or 4 winners in a row, and it hit its goal. Okay, in E-mini S&P 5 Renko, this was formerly the 5 Renko with a higher time frame filter, and I instead put only the daily filter on here, not the weekly filter. So this is the first time showing this. So I set the daily range with an open of 5-tick offset, the same size as the Renko bar, so 1 bar, which is a good rule of thumb. You can see how this works. This did not take any long trades, so this is a way to avoid whipsaws. You can see it just took 2 short trades here with excellent trade placement and hit its goal in short order. The goal is 900. It hit its goal with no slippage. This is just one way to use this, and of course today looked really good. Okay, another very consistent chart has been the DAX on the 150 Heikin Ashi. This had a minor drawdown here of just a little over $400 or $200 per contract, and then came back and made an equity high of about 1,600 here, and fell back with a couple of losers right here and finished at 1,050, which is still a very respectable gain for the day. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a Super Anko 6-tick, one and done, a goal of 850. That's $425 a contract. This is just simply a limit order with a 2-tick pullback. So this hit its goal on a single trade and was finished trading within 30 minutes. The E-mini S&P is a very difficult market to trade because of the way it moves. You got to have a lot of patience. A lot of traders get tripped up by not having the patience to wait for setups. But the Autotrader doesn't care about that. It gets in the trade and does its thing, and it kind of looks like this. Okay, the DAX on a Super Anko 6-tick. This is with our chart with the really high sensitivity. This just had a single trade and did 887.50, not too shabby. There was probably more to go here. Well, there was a lot more to go, but I had the money management pretty tight, and so we didn't get to take advantage of this rather large move down. In any case, still a good gain for the day. Okay, next up is the crude oil on a Super Anko 6-tick, and this did 1,000 for the day. I think the goal on this is 1,000, so this hit its goal with no slippage. It's a limit order with a 2-tick pullback and cancels after 3 bars. This did draw down about $600 or $300 per contract. You can see the equity curve here, and then it came back with a couple of strong winners here and ultimately hit its goal late in the day. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a 1597 Heikin Ashi chart had 2 trades and did 900 for the day, and our goal on this is 1,000. So I'm going to say we probably hit our goal and had some slippage here. Excellent performance. Probably didn't take this trade because we didn't get filled on our limit order. Limit pullback at 3. This looks like it pulled back about 3 ticks, but we probably didn't get filled. Okay, another E-mini S&P Super Anko 4-tick chart. This one has the higher time frame is Super Anko 4 with the higher sensitivity. So both time frames are the same, the lower and the higher. The higher time frame has a larger sensitivity, and this has not had a losing day since I've shown it. Now going on 4 or 5 winning days in a row. The goal on this is 850, so this definitely hit its goal and had some slippage, and a very minor drawdown of less than $100 right here. Okay, next is the E-mini S&P on a Super Anko 5-tick. We run 2 of these charts. This one has a limit order with a 4-tick pullback. The other one has a 1-tick pullback. and this has a goal of 800, so obviously hit its goal. We started off with a loser, a minor drawdown of 250, and then came back with 3 winners in a row. And the higher time frame on this is a Super Anko 8. Okay, our second Emini S&P on a regular 5 Anko chart. This has a limit order with a 4-tick pullback. I was wrong on that. We have different sensitivities, I believe. This one has a higher time frame of Super Anko 6 instead of 8. So the trades are slightly different here. And this also hit its goal of 800 with 1 tick of slippage. Okay, a Super Anko 4 tick with a higher time frame of Super Anko 5 and a limit order, 1 tick pullback, a goal of 750. This hit its goal and had some slippage. We first made an equity high of about 400 and then had a couple of losers, but then came back here and hit our goal. Okay, this is another Super Anko 6-tick chart. This one has a much tighter sensitivity than the other Super Anko 6. I bought 2 of these, and this also has a little bit lower goal. The other one's 900, this one's 750. And so this was not one and done, it was 2 and done, still finished trading within the first hour. Very nicely done. Okay, so our opening range filter, I decided to try it on a Super Anko 4 tick, and this is not exiting at the trend exit. This, I'm using both filters, the weekly and the opening range, and this has a goal of 750, and it's also using the higher time frame filter, but we are not using the precision trend exit, so it's kind of trading through all of this. That's why you see this one long trade here. So there was a small losing trade here, but then this one went all the way, and we didn't hit our goal. We were underwater here for most of the session, well, part of the session, drawdown about 250, and then had this nice trade, overcame that, and finished at 500 for the day. Okay, next is crude oil on a Super Anko 8-tick, and so the first time I'm trying the daily and weekly filter on this chart. Looks like it played out pretty good. The first equity high was a little over $600, and then there was a loser right here. Then we came back and finished at 210. And last but not least, we have the crude oil on a Super Anko 8-tick, which has also been very consistent for us. We drew down here about 625, 300 per contract, started off with a couple of losers, and then recovered with these 2 winners and finished at plus 540 for the day. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.